The people who call agitators never made any agitation. So it is like somebody said, your wife belongs to me, your children belong to you, say, no problem, Kabiyesi say it's all right. And then he now comes to life with your wife, he say, no, he's defiling your wife. He have told you your wife belonged to him, and you raised no opposition. When that land decree was made, that was when the problem in Adeta, the birth of that problem began then. And so it is not a new development. It's just that we are realizing it now.
Okay, now that we have realized it, what do you think the present Niger Delta leaders should do?
It will be great if Niger Delta will come together not as a selfish group. Because other part of this country sees the agitation to control what you have as a selfish intent. It should be propagated that whatever is in Kano, in Kaduna, in Lagos, in Ibadan, the inhabitant of those environments should be allowed to own them. It now gives birth that you are not just fighting for yourself, you are fighting for a nation. That your concept is not selfishly built. It's a global concept that this is what's obtainable outside. It should be practiced here. Why we are dwarfed is because Nigeria grew up with a mentality of central that influences individual units. And as long as that continues,
our federalism have loopholes. It's not
our
balanced.
federalism is only on paper, it does not exist.
Okay.
You went to school. Without 5 credits, you won't get admission to university because you are from the west or from the south. People in the northern Nigeria don't care if you own own such level. So the same standard that is offered you here is not offered globally. So there is no federalism. If there's a federalism, what is obtainable in one corner should be obtainable in every corner.
So are you among those calling for restructuring of the Nigerian state?
Restructuring is not a call, it's a necessity.
Okay.
If we will grow, if this country will ever move forward, that is the bane, that is the platform we can all step and grow. If we avoid it, it's just because I'm lazy and you're hardworking and say we are brothers. If you have food, I have food. And how would that heal my laziness? So the problem of restructuring is to allow everybody to become productive. Everybody should think on how to survive, how to improve. You talk about Libya. The population of Libya cannot be compared to Nigeria in any way. The amount of oil Libya has is more than that of Nigeria. So what Gaddafi was able to do for the Libyans, if you practice it here, the government will go bankrupt. Because the amount of families you sustain, I am a Christian, I am entitled to one wife. You are a Muslim, or some others who are Muslims can marry 4 wives without the thought on how do you feed the offspring of these 4 wives. So the idea of feeding everybody is not a good idea and will not fit into Nigerian society. We are confronted with a challenge to let people learn to produce what will survive them. That is the only way we can all grow.
Now let me take you on this.
Okay.
Recently, there seemed to be a move by the federal government to accept the report of the APC governors on restructuring Nigeria, because from the last television program I watched, the president is like he's beginning to consider it necessary. I don't know. Do you think that this present government will implement the report of the APC governors on restructuring?
If you follow the history of restructuring, watch the timing. It has always been when they are preparing for election. And the concept behind the presentation is just to win sympathy for votes. No government has meant it, including the submissions of the APC. Why I add this question? Because right now, the elections are over. We have at least 3 more years. So don't you think that there is a genuine intent from the government to implement that report now? If you think it could be possible, let me bring this to your knowledge.
Okay.
First of all, what is restructuring? What are you restructuring? If you look at what is to be restructured, you will know they don't meant it. Because restructuring should cut across 4 zones.
Okay.
It should cut across the infrastructural allocation. Watch all the contracts that have been awarded already in this existing few months of the new regime or the new tenure.
Okay.
If you look at the percentage, more than 82% is awarded to contract in the north and west. How do you restructure when you lopside contract? You do one contract in west, worth 2 naira. You went to do another contract in north, worth 18 naira. And you say you've done 2 contracts, one in the west, one in the north. And look at the value of what you are doing. The value of what you are doing is telling you that you are not prepared to restructure. Because as long as you want to restructure, there should be a balance. Of recent, there were peddled news here and there about retirement. And you look at how many were retired. How many percentage come from where? And you know that the concept of lopsidedness is still there in our system. And as long as that is not being addressed, we can't restructure. Because if you talk about restructuring, when Calabar was the headquarters of Nigeria, what was the reason for pulling it out? We are not at war with any country. They cited insecurity and it was moved to Lagos. Calabar was coastal, Lagos was still coastal. So if you move from coastal to coastal, the reason was not justifiable. They now said it has to go to the center for security reasons. That is if a country is being under threat. We were not under threat. We are not fighting with any of our neighboring nations. So what prompted the relocation? So when we give an idea or a solution or a suggestion, and you weigh the suggestion and you cannot have anything that have substantial reasons, you will know that there is this nature in our politicians. They tangle a carrot before our eyes, we all go after it. They get our vote and they drop it. Another regime comes up, visit the same issue, tangle another carrot before us, because they just make promises they don't mean.
Okay, I'm sure that our viewers are getting excited with the points you're making. It's really educative. Now,